Sky Cable TV Kenya, beyond the real.
Sipping sunshine, I'll be tasting rainbows day and night. Gonna take flight, take it slow. Above the clouds, we're feeling alright, alright.
In the night, I saw you, but it's different this time. In my mind, I call you, 'cause I want you by my side. Time keeps ticking, time keeps ticking, time keeps ticking on me. I'm on the last chain, and then I see you, darling. Won't you call me? I'm on the first train, on the first train.
A very good afternoon to you, my dear viewer. Today being the 18th of January, the year 2022. My biggest hope is that your ear is faring on very well. And welcome to Sky Cable TV News Bulletin at 1 p.m. I am Wanjiko Njau. Well, it is a battle of wits at the Supreme Court as proponents of BBI seek to resuscitate the constitutional review, the process which is said to be a 3-day marathon starting from today to Thursday.
Court, and nobody challenged that. I remember in the Court of Appeal, it was put to us in the allocation of time, but we did tell the court, having been dragged to court as respondents, we deserve time to highlight and defend our position. In these proceedings, it's exactly the same. And before this court, we made an application for consolidation, which cannot be made by an amici. The court treated us as respondents. Can the court then turn us into amici? Because before this court, we now come to defend our position just like we defended it in the Court of Appeal. But our position also is that regarding every party before the court, including interested parties, this being the highest court, nobody should be shut out. Everybody should be given a hearing. But we are respondents, that's the way we are named, and respondents also, once heard by the court, we are not opposing any party. It is because our submissions appeared to agree with the submissions of one of the respondents that the AG and the others cited us as respondents in the Court of Appeal. The AG avoided us in this court, but we see his last submissions are mainly responding to our submissions. We deserve a hearing. And we are asking the question again, how does an interested party, who then morphed into a respondent, just like us, get 45 minutes? And we don't mind her getting 45 minutes, but in contrast, we are shut out.
Well, it is a sad state of living for residents living along River Yala in the western part of the country, following a result of bodies being dumped into the river, just as there has been a very big rise in the number of missing persons in the country.
Kama juzi, kuanzia mwezi wa 7 mpaka jana, kazi yangu ni kutoa tu mwili yenye aina wenyewe. Inaletwa na gari na inamwagwa kwa ile kabriji ya kwenda Busia Kisumu. zingine zinabakia hapo, zingine zinateremka mpaka falls, zingine zinaingia intake hapa. Yote hata Jumapili nilitoa mwili hapa.
So far we have visited the mortuary. We have seen for ourselves bodies tied with ropes, bodies that have been severely tortured, some of them with dismembered limbs and others with marks on their heads. This signifies that these individuals were tortured before being dumped into the river. What we know is that there is a double cabin and a pro box that have been spotted on different dates. Individuals dumping bodies at the bridge into River Yala. According to local communities, this happens in the dead of the night between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. and they've been spotted several times doing that. With our own naked eyes, we have seen floating bodies on River Yala. And the question we are asking, do we have a government in place? How come this is happening in an area that is supposed to have a police station, where we have DCI, where we have a county government, and things are happening in, with everyone's knowledge? How come these vehicles that are dumping bodies have never been caught? The individuals who are doing this, how come they remain unknown?
What we have realized by coming to Yala today is that the human life or the lives of Kenyans has no value at all, because what we saw on this river are bodies that haven't been removed. The police are paid to do such work, and it's been done by a citizen. This man, where are the police? Why are they being paid if this is the man who's doing their job? So tunaomba serikali iwajibike, ifanye kazi yao, na wale ambao wako pale ni watu ambao wanajulikana, kwa sababu kila mtu ambaye ako kwa nchi hii ako na fingerprints. So register of persons, kuja chukua fingerprints, enda kwa database, angalia ni akina nani.
It is a very sad story indeed. Rescue operations at River Mathira are still ongoing, hitting the second day after 2 students of Mishuki Technical College drowned while crossing the river.
Kuwepo jana jioni tulipata habari ya abasi mzuri sana ya watoto wawili kusama kwa huu mto. Tulijaribu jana usiku ikawa ni gumu na tukaamkia leo asubuhi. Good luck, tumepata divers kutoka kwa disaster management Murang'a, and they are on the ground. Tunasaidiana na tunatarajia tutapata hii miili by today.
Walikuwa wamekuja kupigana picha huku, and they were on that side wakivuka hivi. So they were 8 students when they came. When the first 5 guys wakavuka kwanza, alafu wakakumbuka kuna wasichana nyuma, wakavukisha wasichana wa kwanza wawili. Alafu the victim, who is Helen, was the last girl, although there was another guy behind her. So Helen akakwama pale juu ya uoga, na nguo alikuwa amevaa haikuwa ina stretch mguu, so she had to jump so that angekanyanga ile mawe. So after jumping, she slid and she fell inside. On the other hand, Dan was so much concerned. He wanted to save Helen. So Dan aliingia ndani akajaribu kumvuta. Akimvuta, because of the pressure of this water and the girl was heavy herself, the girl, it was like alimvuta ndani wakaanguka ndani ya maji.
Tutafadhalini, let us take care of our own selves. Tukienda kwa mto tuangalie the speed of the water, then to decide not to go to it.
Hawa watoto watii hii mto. Hii mto imebeba watu wengi. Tungewaomba tu waitii juu hii imemaliza watu wengi.
Well, our hope is that the bodies of the 2 students will be found, and we also pray for peace and understanding that they don't know of the amount of wealth it is from God to the family and loved ones of the 2 students. Moving on to our next story, traders and residents from Keroka, Nyamira County are counting losses after receiving a heavy downpour in the area that has in turn caused floods following poor drainage systems that have been put in place in the area.
Kaa sana kutoka jana. Mvua imetuharibu kama kazi imeharibu hapo kazi. Kama watu wa pikipiki tumeshangaa sana kuona kama hii barabara ipitiki, kasi imesimama. Sasa tumeshindwa tufanye nini?
The problem in Keroka is there is a poor drainage system in Keroka, and there is a problem with the boundaries within Kisii and Nyamira.
Kwa hivyo serikali tunaomba mtusaidie hii maji iweze kutoka hapa haraka iwezekanavyo ili kasi iweze endelea. Na hii maji ilianza kutoka jana usiku vile mvua ilinyesha, na vile tunaangalia mvua itashi.
Residents from Isiolo, Nakuru County have held peaceful demonstrations fighting against the grabbing of lands in the area after there has been an increase in such incidents in the area.
Tumekuwa tukilia kuhusu uporaji wa mashamba katika Nakuru West na haswa katika London Ward, bahali ambapo mashamba ya serikali imebaki. Tulikuwa na shamba pale next to Kenokobil London ambayo tulisema ya kwamba imeporwa. Kuna shamba ya Jua Kali ambayo iko pale opposite Nakuru IC Academy ambayo tulisema imeporwa 13 acres, hiyo ingine ni 8 acres. Na sasa leo hii hawa matapeli wamevamia mashamba ya agriculture hapa Soil na wamepora kila mahali. Walikuja wakajikatia wanusu eka, wakuota eka, wa eka moja, na wanaweka paka fence na segenge. Na sisi tumesema ya kwamba kama wananchi wa Nakuru Town West, enough is enough.
Na mimi pia ni timu hiyo accountability katika kaunti ya Nakuru, na hii masuala ya mashamba tumeiongea kwa kirefu sana na kwa muda sasa, na ningetia mkazo vile mwenzangu amesema ya kwamba kama sisi kama kina mama, ikiwa watapora mpaka shamba ya soko, wanataka sisi tufanyie kazi wapi? Na sio hiyo peke yake. Katika London Ward kuna mashamba mengi sana. Tunajua kuna rehabilitation center, tunajua kuna kiwanja ya mpira, tunajua kuna garden ya kupumzikia, lakini zote zimeporwa. Kwa hivyo leo tumetoa anga yetu kwa kuvunja hizo mavikingi, kukatakata hizo masengenge, tukitia ishara ya kwamba tumechoka. Tunakuomba gavana wetu, kwa sababu pia wewe hawa watu wako katika serikali yako, tusaidiane pia. Hawa matapeli hawawezi kufanya kazi kwa county, na ili hali wana
kando na hiyo tuko na investigating agencies. Tunawaalika waweze kukuja kwa haraka, waanze uchunguzi ili wanaohusika kwa mambo ya uporaji waweze kupelekwa korokoroni, wajibu swali kuhusu uporaji wa Nakuru.
Well, with that story from Isiolo, Nakuru County, we come to the end of our news bulletin here at Sky Cable TV News Desk 1 p.m. More news will come to you once it strikes 7 p.m. East African time right here from Nairobi, Kenya. We will keep updating you on all our social media platforms at Wanjiko Njau and also at Sky Cable TV Kenya on the recent events that are happening across the country and also worldwide. I am wishing you a very lovely afternoon. I am Wanjiko Njau.